Hey, my name's Marissa, and I'm a 30-year-old shift worker who only gets weekends off every other month, but I'm trying to make the most of my days off, even when they don't land on the weekend. I'm well into working my month of weekends, so this is what I get up to when all of my days off lined up on a weekday. Tuesday was my first day off, and it was a beautiful 20-degree day, and I met my best friend for happy hour tacos and margs. And that evening, we celebrated our dog Goose's 6th birthday with some birthday hamburgers. Wednesday was my second day off, and it was my designated errand day, so I was mostly running around for the majority of the day. It was a cold and windy day after having just had a really nice day the day before, and I was influenced by TikTok to go get a blind box at Miniso, and it was the pick-me-up that I didn't know I needed. I've been doing the majority of my reading on my Kobo lately, and I've been craving to read a physical book, so I stopped by the library to pick up a couple that I've had on my TBR for a while, and then I decided it was time to do some retail therapy with some Christmas gift cards that I kind of forgot existed. I got a pair of what I would call cool girl sneakers from Sport Check, a stock up on my favorite Sol de Janeiro scent, and a new Stay blush that I've been really wanting to try. When I got home, I got it in my head that I wanted to walk on my walking pad for the entirety of the Oilers playoff game that night, and that's exactly what I did, and I walked about 11 kilometers. Unfortunately, it ended up being a loss, so that was a bummer, but I'm pretty proud of myself for staying on the walking pad for 2.5 hours. On my third day off, we were back to the colder weather, and I had to break out the winter jacket and the toque for the dog walk again, which is pretty unfortunate. And I'm not gonna lie, after being outside in the cold, all I wanted to do for the majority of my afternoon was lounge under my heated blanket and in a hot bath, so that's exactly what I did. But then I had to get up and be brave to leave my house in the cold because I had to go meet my sister to go serve our fake jury duty. It was basically an hour-long courtroom drama where we had to decide if the creator of a self-driving vehicle was responsible for that vehicle being involved in a collision causing the death of a cyclist. I've honestly always wanted to do jury duty, but I've never had the chance to, so it was actually really interesting to see the way this played out. After I dropped my sister off, I somehow found myself at Firehouse Subs because I was on my own for dinner that night, and then went home to read my book for the rest of the evening. On my fourth and final day off, the weather took a turn, and we had 40-mile-an-hour winds, and it felt like it was minus 18 outside. And I'm not gonna lie, it feels like it was a fever dream that just 3 days ago it was 20 degrees and I was drinking a margarita with a dress on. Somehow, in just the blink of an eye, my 4 days off are already coming to an end with a hot cup of tea, a new book, and watching another Oilers playoff game. And let me tell you that these 8 p.m. hockey games are not good for a 4 a.m. wake-up call. Thanks for spending my days off with me, and I'll see you in 4 days when we do it all over again.